should start recording. I hope it does. The only reason I do it in Excel spreadsheet is so I don't have to type in the numbers, but we'll type them in.
It's recording.
All right, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to have to wait until y'all get finished because I can't do it. So hit Stat, Edit.
Stat and edit.
And I'm going to clear. And I can't type in mine until y'all get finished. So go ahead and type in yours.
See, mine don't look like that.
Well, we're going to do this one, and I'm going to do one like you're talking about with the 5
No,
numbers.
I'm saying my calculator. Hold on, I'm trying to get it.
Stat and edit. Yeah, good. I can type them in, and then y'all can look at it after I make it bigger.
Stat, edit, and then calculator. Nope, then linear right
Stat. Hit Stat.
Mm-hmm.
Edit. There you go. That's it. 27.75, 25, 26, 25.75, 27.25, 26.75, 26.25, and 26.75. And then 17.5. What is that noise? Sound like people are screaming.
That's the department that I'm in. I'll put on mute. Hold on.
No, that's fine. I mean, I thought it was the dog or something. I didn't know.
I'm in memory care today. Joy.
17.4. Go back there and tell them people be quiet. We're having math class. 17.3, 17.1, and 17.4. Please go through and make sure I typed them in correctly. Because that's one thing you want to make sure of, because you'll never get the right answer if you don't type them in right. Tell me when you get them typed in, Miss Dennis.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you want to do first? You want to draw it, or do you want to do the function to get the equation, or what do you want to do first?
Get the equation, I guess.
Okay, so that means you got to calculate. So stat, calculate, and linear regression.
So stat, calculate,
And linear regression.
That's number 4, right? Which is AX plus B.
And hit enter.
Enter.
Now, I've been playing with mine. So see, mine says L3. You
Mine
don't want to
says
say
L1
L3.
and 2. Yeah.
You want to say L1. So I changed mine to L1. and then go
L2.
down to hit calculate. There you go. So I'm going to write mine down, and I do this because I don't want to have to look at the calculator. So y is equal to 0.2047 x plus 11.826. Did you get that, Miss Dennis?
2.04. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then R is equal to 0.93015. I usually write the whole number down, but they usually ask for 3, so I write 5.
Okay.
I always go a couple extra.
Okay. I got
Now
that.
that's the 2 things you need.
Mm-hmm.
And now you need to draw it.
Draw
the scatter plot so you can pick it out of your question. So here's how you do it. I'm going to clear everything.
Clear everything.
I'm clearing everything. Or hit second quit and get out of everything. All right.
Quit.
You hit second.
Mm-hmm.
Y is equal.
Okay.
And see, all of mine are off. So I want to turn the first one. I want to turn it on. So I hit enter. And I hit on. I hit enter. There it is. It's already defaulted to scatter plot, L1 and L2. So now all you have to hit is graph. Now you may not see it because you got to hit zoom and 9. There's your 9.
Oh, okay. Yep, I see it.
Okay, now they may want you to put the line through it.
Mm-hmm.
The line that you just wrote down over here.
Mm-hmm.
That line right there. So you hit Y is equal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you type that in. Okay, I'm going to type in, well, I can't. Hold on, let me move this over.
Type in 0.2047.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of that. Okay, 0.2047, 0.2047 X. Here is the X key. That key right there is the X key.
Which one?
There. Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Make it bigger.
I got it.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 11.826.
11.826.
And hit graph. There
graph. Oh, okay.
Okay, now you take all of this information that you wrote down and you see right here. Now I'm going to do this. Watch what I do here. I'm going to take my handy dandy piece of paper here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to draw a sketch. And I'm going to draw these 2 dots down here and these 3 dots right here and these 3 dots right here. Now this is what I just drew on my paper.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be looking for these 3 dots here, these 3 dots here, and these 2 dots here. Something that stands out. So I'm going to go back to my question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, always remember this. What is explanatory? What is the second letter of explanatory? What is the second letter?
X.
And that's your x-axis. So always remember that. Explanatory, that's your x-axis.
Okay.
So what is our x-axis? Head what?
Head inches.
I'm sorry. Height in inches. Okay, so that's what variable is height. All right, so the explanatory, the x-axis is height.
That's on the bottom of the...
Yeah, that's what, they just want you to make sure that you know which one's the x-axis and which one's the y-axis.
Mm-hmm.
We always made fun of people's heads and on the football team at West Side. I have a friend, well, he's dead now. He committed suicide, bless his heart.
Oh, wow.
And in fact, Miss Yoakum, Mr. Can't think of his name now, that works with you. They were very good friends. And we used to joan on each other all the time about his head being big. And he used to say, Hubert, you are stupid and your head is big. And every time I see that head circumference, I think of him. And bless his heart, I hate that things worked out the way he did. Anyway, shut up, Hubert. Draw a scatter diagram. All right, so Junkins, that's it. Those two families were very close. Which one is it? Well, I'm looking, here we go, here it is. I'm looking for those 2 dots here, 3 dots here, and 3 in line.
Okay.
So which one is that? 2 dots on the bottom, 2 dots at the top, and 3 in line. It's not this one.
Is it C?
Maybe C. It's not
No.
B.
I think it's between A and
It's
C.
either A or C. You're going to have to blow it up a little bit, like that, and blow this one up, and try to match it up. Let me go look at the other points. Let's go back to the 3 on top, 2 on bottom. So let's look back at I'm trying to find it. 3 on top, 2 on bottom. 3 on top, 2 on bottom.
Is it A?
We'll just take it. We'll just see. I don't know. If it's not A, there you go. All right. Next. What is R? It says round to 3 decimal places. 0.930.
How many decimal places? 3. Okay, so 0.930 is the answer.
Yes. And what is this? And this is a real easy question because this is height and head circumference. And yes, there is a correlation between height and head circumference. You ever seen look at Shaq. He's like 8 feet tall and he got a big head. All right. So you ain't going to have no 8 foot tall basketball player with a little bitty head. So which one of these answers is correct? I'm going to say yes. So it's either going to be A or D. Now let's see what A says. Yes, the variable height and head circumference are positively associated because R is negative. Well, that's wrong. R is not wrong. Negative. R is what?
Positive.
Positive. So it's going to be delta.
And you got to write in the critical value?
Yeah, and the critical value, how many points do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go find our critical value. 8 is what? Point what?
0.707.
And ours is greater than 0.707. Hold on. Therefore, we have a positive correlation.
Oh, okay.
Now, if it's less than and still positive, you have a negative correlation. Let's write that down.
I know.
If your R is less than your critical value, you have a negative correlation. And if your R is negative and it's less than the critical value, which it always will be, then you have no correlation.
Let me write that down. If R is less than negative correlation with negative R, there's no correlation. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I think I might.
That's how you do those problems. And that's all I'm going to test you on. Now, there is a question about residuals. And I don't know if this one has that. Let's see, what is that? 0.707. Okay, now this I don't really care about, but I'll tell you what they're telling you to do right here. They're telling you to multiply each one of these numbers by 2.54. And is that going to change anything about the data that you just printed out? No. You can multiply them each by 5. It is not going to change anything. As long as you multiply each one of these numbers by whatever the constant is, the numbers that you printed out up here are still going to be, the graph is going to be the same. The numbers are going to be the same. All that's going to be the same.
Why?
And that's what they're trying to show you here.
Mr.
They're trying to say if you turn inches into centimeters, is it going to make a difference? No, it's not. Let me ask you a question. If your foot is 10 inches long and your foot is measured in centimeters, does that make it bigger or smaller?
No, the same.
They're the same. So what they're trying to show you is, I don't really care if you do this or not, but you have to get the question right. It's not going to change. Your 0.707 is still going to be the same, and your 0.930 is still going to be the same. And I'm not going to go through that because you're going to get the same thing.
Mr. McClure,
Yes.
is there a way to times all the data by 2.54 on Excel?
On the Excel, yes.
Because I had to do it one by one in my calculator.
Yeah, and it's a pain.
It is.
What I would do, you just go in here, and for those of you that want to use Excel, Miss Dennis, close your eyes. I don't want you worrying about Excel, okay? This is for people that do know how to use it. Just go down here, and you can do equals this number. Oh, shoot. I hate that button.
I do too.
Okay, go down here and hit equals this number multiplied by what? What was the number?
2.75, I think.
What?
2 point.
I thought it was 2.75.
No, 2.45.
Okay, well, we'll do 2.45. Okay. And then just copy that down. How many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing over here. Technically, you could copy it to the right like that, and then copy it down like this.
So I put in equals.
This number, 27, just click on that cell, and then do multiplied by whatever the constant is. In your case, you said 2.45.
Yeah.
And then copy that down.
Okay.
And then copy it to the right. And then copy it down.
Okay.
And just to show y'all, I'm going to show y'all. Watch this. Now you can watch this, Miss Dennis, because I'm going to show you there's the scatter plot for that one.
I did that, but I couldn't get it to average.
And here is a scatter plot for, anybody see a difference?
Nope.
They're the same. Now I'm going to right click and go add trend line and hit display and display. There's the same thing here. Add trend line, hit display and display.
Mm-hmm.
And look and see, did it change anything?
It don't look like it.
Doesn't change anything. Now, the y-intercept is a little bit different, but the line is the same. The y-intercept, look at the r. Does the r change? No. The y-intercept changed because, of course, it's increased, but the line is still the same.
Mm.
So that's what they're trying to get you to see, that if you multiply by a constant, it's not going to change anything. That's what they're trying to get you to see. All right, now let's do another question that you might see. Now, I'll show you this one right here you might see on the test, and that's the one with 5 points. That's the one I like to put on the test. So let me find one. Let me see if this one's like that. There you go. All right, put that in your calculator. This is a test question. This is the kind of question I'd give you on a test.
Okay, hold on. X.
And all I care about is that you be able to plot it, get the equation, and get the R value. That's the only thing I care about.
Wait, hold on. Where did she go? I thought she went with somebody down to their room. Okay. Four, 8, 12, 12, 19. Oh. So clear.
Hello. Tell the nurses up there that I said they need to be quiet. They're messing up my math class. I'm going to take my handy dandy calculator and I'm going to plug these numbers in. I'm going to clear everything. So, stat, edit. I'm going to clear. I'm not going to do all those. I'm going to clear, enter.
Just a little something I need.
Heck no. She all loud.
I'll mute you.
All right. 2, 4, 6, 6, 7. 4, 8, 12, 12, 19. Okay, there's 5 points. So you're going to have to look up n is equal to 5.
You put the wrong number in the calculator.
I'm sorry, what?
You put 5 instead of 6 on your
Thank you.
calculator.
0.878. Let me do that. Thank you. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7. Thank you. That would have caused me a big problem. So thank you, whoever said that. Who said that?
You're welcome. It was me.
Who was me? I got to see you.
Levi Austin.
Thank you. Okay, I have to put my, whenever I see your icon go off, since y'all don't do video, but I'm not going to complain. At least you're interacting. 6 and 6. Okay. There we go. All right. Now watch what I do over here. I'm going to take my handy dandy piece of paper here and I'm going to go n is equal to 5. Therefore, our critical value is equal to 0.878. And I did that by looking at the table. And n is equal to 5. Heck, if I was y'all, you know what I would do for the test? I'd print that table out right there and put it on an index card. But that's up to y'all. All right. So, and I also want to go ahead and do my equation. So I'm going to go stat, calculate, linear regression, and just hit calculate. And I'm going to write that down. Y is equal to 2.625x minus 2.125, and R is equal to 0.942928. I always carry it to 4 or 5 digits because they always ask for 3. Now I'm going to plot. Let y'all write that down. I'm going to plot. So I'm going to go second.
Did you say 0.9429, Mr. Hubert?
I said 0.942928. I carried it to 6 digits.
Okay.
And plot. Yes, that's already on. That's on. And hit graph. Can't see it. Hit zoom 9. There's our points. I'm going to ignore that line right there because we're going to put our own line in just a second. So it's 4 points. It's really 5, but there's 2 points that's on top of each other. Okay, so there's 4 points. So I'm looking for a graph with just 4 points, and it looks like they're going in an increasing fashion. Actually, if you put a line, watch this. This is a trick I learned in the war. If you take your line, if it comes up, there we go. I'm going to take a straight line, and I'm going to draw an imaginary line. Let's see, how can I do imaginary? Translucent and yellow. And thickness, make it real thin. All right, y'all see, I barely see that line.
Yep.
Okay, I got 2 points under that line. So I'm looking for 2 points under an imaginary line between those 2 points. So I'll go back. So I'm going to draw that on my handy dandy white paper here, if I can find my mouse. Turn that back off. The things I do for y'all.
It's appreciated.
No, it's not. Y'all don't appreciate me.
I do appreciate it.
I do.
No, you don't.
I was
All
telling
right. So I'm looking for that right there is what I'm looking for. So I go back to my handy dandy question, and I've got all my information right here to go by. So which one, if you put, it's not this one. Let me take my handy dandy red pen. Somebody tell me why it's not this one.
Because that's going down.
It's negative. This one.
Nope.
So it's either Bravo or Delta, and this one only has 1 point. It's got 5 points. We only have 4.
So it's
we've got
B.
one on top of each other.
So it's
Okay,
B.
and it's got only 1 point below the line here. We got 2 points right here, so it's Bravo. So that one's not it either. Okay, so that's it. Now let's do the R and get my cursor back. 3 decimal places is 0.942. Now, while we're on R, let's go back and let's look. What is, and I'm going to do this in pink. Where's my pink? What is 0.878 to 0.943?
878 is less.
0.878 is what?
Less than, you mean?
0.943. Therefore, we have a positive
Correlation.
Technically, it's not a positive correlation. It's a positive linear correlation. When you look at it and you just say there's a correlation, that's a correlation. This is linear correlation, which means more detailed. All right, so let's go to our handy dandy question. Because the correlation coefficient is what? What is our R? Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
It's right there above it. Yep, it's positive. And the absolute value is the same number. It's the distance from that number to 0, 0.942. Is it greater or not greater? We just said it was what?
Greater.
It's greater than the data set, the critical value, which is 0.878. There is a positive linear correlation. They call it a linear relation because they don't want you to understand anything, so they call it something different. So they call it correlation, and then they call it relation to confusion, and that's the answer. And that's why I told y'all to write that sentence down, and then I took the highlighters and I highlighted everything so you would see where I'm getting everything. So I'm going to do that right now. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not going to write all that down. But the positive, that's positive. This is going to be the same number as that. Greater or less than, depending on how you compare them, which we did right here. Right there.
Excuse me, Mr. Hubert.
Yes.
Whenever we get done with this problem, is it okay if I can also get help with a 4.2 question that I sent in?
Yeah, just tell me which number it is. We can look at it. Yes.
Yes, sir. It's number 13 on 4.2.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump to there.
I sent you about like half of the 4.2 question.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get to all these questions. I'm trying. Which number is it, Mr. Michelle? And then I'll get yours, Miss McAjee.
Should be number 13 for 4.2.
There it is. Okay, I'm looking for yours. There it is. All right, this is 4.2, number 13. I'm gonna have to hurry. I'd like to get this one and Miss McAjeena's.
Who are you?
All right, first of all, now I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a test question because this is going to ask for the residuals,
Okay.
I think.
And
I don't know if it's going to ask for the residuals or not. But it's too long of a question to be a test question. But here is what you're going to type in. Type this in to your calculator. I'll write it down because I can't highlight it. First thing you're going to do on this question is you're going to type, you're going to put or type y is equal to 883.6 x plus 8,000, that's not a point, that's a comma, 8,359 in your calculator and graph.
what's that sign over the Y mean again?
That's just y hat. Don't worry about that.
Oh.
As far as doing the line, just punch it in your calculator and draw the graph in your calculator. Now what that does is that puts values in the table. And I'm going to highlight table because that is what you need to learn how to do on this question. Some of you don't know how to do it on your calculator, and I'm going to show you. If I haven't already showed you, I can't remember what I've shown you and what I haven't shown you. Okay, so I'm going to put that in my calculator. Y is equal to 883.6x plus 8359. And do not put a decimal because that's not a decimal. It's a comma, but you don't need to put the comma in. Just put 8359. All right, so here we go. And what that is, y'all know what that is? That is the line of regression through these points. They're skipping that step for you. They've already done that for you. So I'm going to make a little bit longer line and color it red. There is that equation right there is the equation for that red line. They already give you that. So you need to put it in your calculator. So here's your calculator. And you punch in. I'm going to clear this. And I'm going to clear my y is equal. I'm going to clear that. And I'm going to put that in there. So 883.6x plus 8359. And I'm going to hit graph. Now, I really don't care about looking at the graph. The reason you hit graph is to tell the calculator to fill up your table. Now, where is table? Look above the graph. Look above the graph button right now, everybody on your calculator, and you see the word table. And look above the Windows button, and you see table set. Does everybody see those two buttons? Miss Dennis, do you see those two buttons?
Yes, I see them.
Okay. Miss Dennis,
Yes,
do you see them?
yes, yes.
Okay. Now, table, hit second, graph, and there's all your numbers pertaining. You go up and down, pertaining to your X and Y for that line. This red line right here. Okay. Well, what about those numbers are too big, Hubert? Well, go to second, table set, and let's start from 0. And hit enter. And now go to take second. And there's your numbers from 0. And that's every point on this red line right here. Well, what if you want decimals, Hubert? Well, hit second, table set, and change that 1. You know what that 1 stands for? It means whole units. So what if I want a decimal to the 10th? Then I put 0.1 and enter and go to second table. And now my X's are in decimals. What if I want to go to the 100th, Hubert? It's second table set and put 0.0 what?
01.
And you don't want to do that, but go ahead and look at it. There you go. And so on. So what does table set to? Sets up your table. Tells you where to start, what kind of increments you want. So here I'm going to put 0 again, and I'm going to put 1. That is standard. And hit enter, and hit second table. There's your numbers. So let's see what they want. I don't know what they want. Let's see what they want. Predict a median income of 20%. So I'm looking up X is equal to what? 20. So scroll down to 20. Everybody scroll down to 20. Tell me what y'all get. Do y'all get 26,031?
Yes, sir.
So you type that in, 26,031. Now what is X right here? 28.9. Oh gosh, that's a decimal. So I need to change my start to 28, and I need to change my output to 0.1. So I go to table set, and I type in 28, and I type in 0.1. Enter, and now look at table. What number do we need?
28.9.
So go down to 28.9 and tell me what number you have.
33,895.
33,895, and that's that point. Now, I'm going to shut down the calculator right quick. Well, somebody tell me, what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept, what is X always for the y-intercept?
0.
Okay, good. Glad somebody brought something from pre-algebra. So, what is my oops, I'm sorry, second table. What is my y-intercept? 0 and 83.59. So I'm going to write that down. 0 83.59. Now let's see what that means. 0% bachelor's degree, 0% bachelor's degree. And if you have 0% bachelor's degree, you're going to have a income of $8,359. $8,359. And what is that? The yearly income, or what does it say? Median income. Okay, somebody tell me what's wrong with this statement. Somebody tell me what's wrong. This is the y-intercept. There's two things wrong with this statement. Okay, nobody's going to tell me.
You can't have 0% bachelor?
Well, yeah, you can't have 0% bachelor's. You either have a bachelor's degree or you what?
Don't.
You don't. And are you telling me that 0% of the population has a bachelor's degree? That's
No.
what it says, 0%. All right, so what is zero? Zero means nothing, okay? And also, what's wrong with $8,000 median income? Who in the room, okay, who in the room has a high school education? Give me somebody that just graduated. Who just graduated?
I just graduated.
Okay, Mr. Michelle, you just graduated. If
Yes,
you
sir.
went out and got a job right now, what would you probably get paid? Do you have a job right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where do you work and what do you do?
I work for a plumbing company, and I mostly change water heaters, toilets, and I fix faucets.
Okay, good. I'm glad to know that because I want a free water heater whenever mine goes out. All right. I want you to put it in for free or I'm going to fail you. All right. Now, how much do you make? Roundabout. Don't tell everybody your business, but give me an estimate of what you make a year. Think it up right quick with your calculator.
A year. Ooh,
Yeah, just go by weekly. Take out 10% taxes or 20% taxes if you're a student. Take out a little bit of taxes, round it, and then multiply it by 52 weeks.
Let's see. I work 40-hour week.
There you go.
And then times that by 52 weeks.
52 weeks.
Yeah.
Tell me what you get.
Around like 45,000.
Okay. Now, for a plumber, that's cheap. Let me tell you, if you have a plumbing business and you are certified in all the plumbing things that you need to be certified in, that's like a trash man.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know why? Because people don't want to deal with trash and people don't want to deal with plumbing. I cannot stand to work on plumbing issues in my house. I cannot stand it. Okay? I'll do it, but I have to. Anyway, to make a long story short, what is wrong with $8,000? What is wrong with that?
Nothing.
Too low.
It doesn't make any sense. There is no way a high school graduate that has a little bit of motivation and a little bit of work ethic will make over $8,000. So what's wrong with that answer? For 0% for adults having a bachelor's, the median income is predicted to be 8,000, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's basically what that means. Are they asking for the slope? Oh, interpret the slope. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought they were asking for the y-intercept. The slope, I'm trying to hurry. I know I'm over. Just hold on. I'm trying to finish this question. The slope is 883 over 1. 883.6 over 1. So that means per 1% of increase, or increase 1%, you increase 883 what? That's what that means. This is the slope. For each percent you increase, you go up $883.60. That's what the slope means. So go down here, and which one says that? Looks like to me right here. See, it looks like Charlie. 883.6. And now, there it is. Somebody tell me, since we already talked about the y-intercept, which one is it?
One message coming in on secured channel.
Would it be
Somebody tell
A?
me which one it is.
Would it be A?
I like B.
Or yeah.
It does not make sense to interpret the y-intercept because an x value of 0 is outside the scope of the model. And it doesn't make sense. I thought there was one that said, does it make sense and outside the scope of the model? Okay, it doesn't make sense. The x value is either Bravo or Charlie.
It's
But
Bravo.
I think, remember statistics, they like the pinky. So what sounds more sophisticated? Does not make sense or outside the scope of the model?
Outside the scope.
Yep. And that's your answer. Now, why do I like this question? Because it asks, each one of these are good test questions, but I probably would not give you this on a test because it takes too many parts, takes too long. Okay, but I do like the questions, and if you can understand the questions, that's good for you for the test. Not that this is a test question. I need to shut up, Miss Macagina. We will start with your question Monday, okay? Is she still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we'll start with your question Monday, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, y'all have a good weekend. Get out of here.
Okay.
See y'all.
Have a good week.
You do the same. Bye-bye.